Been seated in the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial, the action the defense is now taking after only one black juror was chosen.
Battling the flames, a fire that broke out at an apartment building and why a scooter is to blame.
And breaking right now, a scare on a Florida highway when a small plane ends up landing right in the median. Good afternoon. I'm Janice Fernandez.
And I'm Christy Kruger. Local 10 News starts in just 1 minute.
Mrs. Claus, the shopping boss, here to help you merry savers decorate with the best bargains ever. Ross has savings on everything you need to get the party started. Because who waits for shipping anymore? Or guests? I love saying yes to more merry for less at Ross.
When is a bill not a bummer? When it's a big, beautiful, bright healthcare zero. Get health insurance built around benefits you'll actually use. See if you're among the 80% of applicants who qualify for a premium of $10 or less. Bright Healthcare. When you're with us, things are always looking up.
Mrs. Claus, the shopping boss, here to help you merry savers find the best bargains ever. When you have the world's longest list, you go to Ross, so you can work that budget and get those savings. I love saying yes to more merry for less at Ross.
Developing right now at noon, gunfire erupting while police were serving a search warrant today in northwest Miami-Dade.
They say they were forced to fire on a teen inside a home, and Local 10 News reporter Annalise Garcia is live at the scene.
And she tells us what led up to that shooting with police. Annalise?
Yeah, Christy, Janice, SWAT was actually serving a warrant at that two-story home right there on Northwest 48th Street. They tell us the shots were fired once they got inside the home. It was just before 6 a.m. Miami-Dade SWAT was serving a search warrant looking for firearms at a home on Northwest 48th Street in Brownsville.
Once the special response team gained access into the residence, they were confronted by an armed juvenile and shots were fired.
Police tells us the 17-year-old subject did not shoot his gun, but that at least one officer did shoot when they saw the teen was armed. Multiple people were inside the residence at the time, including minors, but fortunately no one was hurt. After shots were fired, the subject was then able to get to a room on the second floor of the home. That's where he barricaded himself.
Negotiating with our special response team members, they were able to convince him to come down and surrender without incident.
Police recovered the gun and took the subject into custody. Detectives say the teen was out on probation in a firearms case from earlier this year. Miami-Dade Police has a message for the community considering this happened down the street from two schools, a middle school and an elementary school.
If we know that there's firearms or any kind of activity involving firearms near a school, near students, that's when we as community members have to step forward.
And the teen was taken into custody. Now, based on the circumstances, it's up to the state attorney's office on whether he'll be charged as an adult or not. I'm live in Northwest Miami-Dade. Annalise Garcia, Local 10 News.
Annalise, thank you. Right now at noon, looking at the radar, that's where we could see some scattered showers coming in this afternoon.
This comes ahead of a cold front that could bring some severe weather to South Florida tomorrow. And let's send it over to our Weather Authority meteorologist, Brandon Orr.
What's it looking like out there, Brandon?
Yeah, we already have some of those showers and thunderstorms developing. It's kind of the first signs that we have a big storm system headed our way. You can see a couple of these popping up. Pembroke Pines, I know we had some in West Park. It's over Hollywood right now. Farther to the north, what we had, Fort Lauderdale, Wilton Manors, Oakland Park, has moved far enough to the north. It's over Pompano Beach. It looks like that one's fizzling out. The big thunderstorms that we have nearby are just offshore of Boynton Beach, offshore of Boca Raton. This is where we've had some decent lightning strikes earlier this morning, and even some rotation, maybe some water spouts coming out of that. But that is far enough offshore that I'm not too concerned about it. So we're going to get some additional, maybe isolated showers or storms, kind of like what we have on radar now developing. And then really, as we get towards the afternoon, I think we'll see a few more starting to pop up and develop, mainly after 3 o'clock. So get ready for some more storms in spots, but maybe not for everyone. And if you miss out on any storms today, you will not tomorrow. Storm system moves out of the Gulf, and we're going to see these become a little bit more widespread. Here we are going into tonight. This is the start of round 1 of storms, which will last tonight into tomorrow morning. But it's not the only round we have tomorrow. Coming up, I want to time out that round 2 of storms on the leading edge, because that's what could be strong or even severe. Plus, take a look at the coolest air of the season coming behind this storm system. You won't want to miss the updated temperatures in the 7-day forecast, Christy. Coming up.
Looking forward to seeing it. Okay, thanks a lot. Breaking right now at noon, the Biden administration announcing some new rules today for vaccine mandates.
Now, nearly 100 million U.S. workers will be required to get vaccinated by July 4th or get tested weekly. There's now an official deadline. The White House says by January 4th, certain healthcare workers, federal contractors, and employees at businesses with more than 100 workers must comply by its vaccine rules. It means some 84 million employees and 17 million healthcare workers who work at facilities participating in Medicare and Medicaid have 2 months to become fully vaccinated. To be considered fully vaccinated, workers must have received either the 2-dose Pfizer or Moderna vaccines or the 1-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The president releasing a statement on the matter saying, vaccination is the single best pathway out of this pandemic. And while I would have much preferred that requirements not become necessary, too many people remain unvaccinated for us to get out of this pandemic for good. So I instituted requirements and they are working. Businesses not in compliance could face fines reaching as much as $14,000 per violation with the potential for multiple citations. OSHA and CMS will be implementing the rules, and while the rule does allow for employees to remain unvaccinated, the employee must provide a verified negative COVID test to their employer at least on a weekly basis and must wear a mask in the workplace. But for healthcare workers who fall under this mandate, there is no testing option for the unvaccinated. It's all part of the administration's push to get more people vaccinated, and it comes as kids 5 to 11 years old now qualify for Pfizer's vaccine for kids.
Parents should consult with their pediatricians, consult with their family physicians, consult with their pharmacists, and they'll be able to know exactly where to get this particular vaccine for their children from 5 to 11.
That deadline again is January 4th. The announcement also makes clear that the vaccine rules will preempt any state or local laws aimed at banning mandates. Now, Governor DeSantis reacting to the new rules while holding a news conference in Jacksonville.
Florida will contest that immediately. They do not have the authority to unilaterally impose this through an executive agency like OSHA. People should not be in a situation where they're faced with the jab or their jobs.
Now, Governor DeSantis ordered Florida legislators back to Tallahassee for a special session on vaccine mandates that's starting on November 15th. And our own Glenna Milberg will be there covering it all. Remember, you can count on Local 10 for complete coverage out of Washington and on the new vaccine mandate guidelines. We are the only South Florida station with a full-time bureau in our nation's capital. Look for live reports from our D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy later today.
Meantime, Britain has become the first country in the world to approve the COVID-19 antiviral pill. It was developed by the U.S. company Merck. Regulators recommend the drug for people with mild to moderate COVID-19 symptoms and at least one risk factor for developing severe illness, like heart disease. Advisors are set to meet this month to discuss the authorization of that drug here in the United States.
Breaking right now, a small plane making an emergency landing in Tampa. You can see the mosquito control aircraft sitting in the median as traffic is redirected. This is along I-75. The pilot says he was forced to land after experiencing some engine trouble. This happened shortly after takeoff from Tampa Executive Airport. Police say no one was injured. The FAA will investigate this incident. Turning now to election results in New Jersey and Virginia, proving to be a wake-up call for Democrats.
It all comes after a stinging defeat in Virginia and a narrow victory in New Jersey. Local 10's Joe Insignaris is in the newsroom with reaction and the major vote that could come today in Washington.
Christy Janice, as you mentioned, President Biden calling these election results a wake-up call, not just for him, but for the entire Democratic Party. He overwhelmingly won both states just last year, but many suburban voters flipped Republican, drawn in by issues like the response to COVID, schools, and the economy. Now the pressure is on the president and Democrats to take action.
This week's election results are proving to be a reckoning for Democrats. ABC News now projecting a win for incumbent Democratic Governor Phil Murphy in New Jersey. The election far closer than expected, coming as Republicans also secured a big win in Virginia's governor race.
People are upset and uncertain about a lot of things, from COVID to school to jobs.
Though Democrats were facing historic headwinds in trying to win both those seats, the shift in voter preference was a wake-up call for the party, leaving them scrambling to protect their congressional majorities in the 2022 midterms.
If you're a Democrat and President Biden won your seat by 16 points, you're in a competitive race next year. You are no longer safe.
Some Democrats say the election results are a call to action, pointing to months of delays on legislation like the widely popular bipartisan infrastructure bill.
It's been sitting, waiting here in the House for months. That's the roads, bridges, tunnels, water infrastructure, helping us fight climate change, all these things that matter to them and their families.
But the future for President Joe Biden's $1.75 trillion spending bill is currently in question because of one man, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin, so far refusing to budge on his opposition to including 4 weeks of paid family and medical leave in the measure. Realizing the bill couldn't pass the Senate without Manchin's support, Democrats previously threw out that provision. But House Speaker Nancy Pelosi added it back on Wednesday. That gives the Build Back Better Act an easier path through the House, but makes it unlikely to advance through the Senate unless Manchin changes his mind. Earlier today, he explained why he's so against it.
That's a piece of legislation that really is needed from the standpoint if we do it and do it right. When there's participation between the employer and the employee, from the small companies, small businesses that I represent all over West Virginia and all over the country, but basically it should be participation. We can do that in a bipartisan way. We can make sure it's lasting.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had previously stated she wouldn't push a bill that couldn't get approval in the Senate, but after this week's election results, those plans have reportedly changed with the inclusion of those previously removed provisions. Now the House could vote on the president's domestic agenda as early as today. In the newsroom, I'm Gio Insignares, Local 10 News.
All right, Gio, thank you for that. And only on 10, the North Miami Beach police chief has just turned in his retirement papers effective in December.
He says he's not able to do his job, and the mayor of the city agrees. Rosh Lowe joins us live from North Miami Beach headquarters with what some are calling a city in turmoil. Rosh.
Well, this is a big deal. This city has more than 42,000 residents, North Miami Beach. You have the police chief, who's only been on the job since February, but with the department for more than 24 years, saying basically, I can't do my job. I'm going to retire. Then you have the mayor coming out saying, no, that can't happen. This is a public safety issue. Some are saying, as you mentioned, this is a tumultuous situation. In a shocking development, the North Miami Beach police chief, Richard Rand, turns in his retirement papers. Just last week, he was standing in front of the cameras during a police-involved shooting. Now, this morning, co-workers saying goodbye.
I'm very disturbed at what I'm hearing. The chief of police, I have the utmost respect for.
The chief says he is unable to do his job. He has been with the department for more than 24 years.
I believe it because I see it every day. I have a pulse on my community and I have a pulse on my police department. He is being micromanaged in every move that he makes, and it is not right.
Residents of North Miami Beach's Jewish community put out this email reading, quote, I call upon every reader of this letter to urgently send the city manager a letter with copies to the mayor and all city commissioners calling for the city manager to not accept Chief Richard Rand's letter of retirement and give Chief Rand the ability to carry out his duties for the good of the community and to give him an employment contract that he so rightly deserves.
If the city manager does not immediately rip up his letter of retirement and give him the full support to do his job, then you'll see a lot of officers uncomfortable, not well trained, and the commissioners are not going to allow that.
So this is a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
A huge deal. We reached out to the city manager, Arthur Saray. We have not gotten a return phone call, and we're going to really have to see what happens here. This community, members of this community saying, please do not allow this police chief to go. We'll have to see what the police chief says. Of course, we'll stay on top of it for you. For now, we are live in North Miami Beach. Rosh Lowe, Local 10 News.
All right, Rosh, thank you. Developing now, funeral services are underway for the second Hollywood police officer who died last month. Loved ones of Lieutenant John Graham gathering in Fort Lauderdale today to say a final goodbye. Lieutenant Graham was with the department for 20 years and served 15 of those years on the SWAT team. Lieutenant Graham fell victim to suicide in the parking lot of the Broward Mall in Plantation on October 18th. He died the same night Hollywood police officer Yandy Chirino was killed in the line of duty.
After a very long process, the jury has been seated now finally in the murder trial for Ahmaud Arbery in his killing.
The defense team filing a motion of being discriminatory after only one black person was chosen. Local 10's Alexis Frazier is in the newsroom with the latest developments. Alexis.
Well, motions are still being heard right now after it took weeks to seat a jury in a trial against 3 white men accused of murdering Ahmaud Arbery. The race of the jurors selected has some people questioning if this trial can be fair.
The reason the state is filing this motion to exclude any use of force experts is because the defense has put up citizen's arrest and self-defense as their defenses. At the time of this incident, no one, not Greg McMichael, Travis McMichael, or Mr. Bryan, were post-certified law enforcement officers.
Motions are being heard from both sides today after a lengthy jury selection in the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial. So far, the judge granting 2 of the state's motions, preventing the defense from using any use of force experts and Arbery's use of THC out of the trial.
All of that will be contained in the court's order.
Of the 12 jurors here who will be sworn in tomorrow, 11 of them are white and only 1 of them is African American, in a community where nearly 1 out of every 3 residents is black.
We ask the court to find that the state has made its prima facie showing of racial discrimination.
The issue of color is at the heart of this case, with prosecutors arguing that the young black man who was killed would have never been stopped by the white men with guns if he too were white. In court Wednesday, the judge said out loud that the jury could have been more diverse.
This court has found that there appears to be intentional discrimination in the panel. Quite a few African-American jurors were excused through preemptory strikes exercised by the defense. But that doesn't mean that the court has the authority to reseat.
On trial are Travis McMichael, his father Gregory McMichael, and a neighbor William Roddy Bryan Jr. The 3 are accused of murder and 3 other charges. They are pleading not guilty. This video of what happened has been seen around the world. In February of last year, 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery is seen here being gunned down after the 3 men are seen chasing him in the street. Overnight, Arbery's mother told ABC News she's looking forward to seeing justice come from this trial.
Everything that I prayed for, God has given it to me. And I know I've prayed and asked for justice for my son, and I'm sure that he'll give me that as well.
Well, back at the State House in Atlanta, there was outrage over the citizen's arrest law that these 3 men are trying to use in this case. That law was repealed by lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. This trial is expected to start tomorrow and last a couple of weeks. In the newsroom, Alexis Frazier, Local 10 News.
All right, Alexis, thank you. Now to another trial, this one for Kyle Rittenhouse, a man accused of shooting 3 protesters and killing 2 of them during last year's unrest following the police shooting of Jacob Blake in Wisconsin. Today, a juror was removed over a joke that person made on Wednesday about the police-involved shooting. Rittenhouse faces multiple charges, including first-degree homicide. If convicted, he could face life in prison. The 18-year-old is arguing self-defense. And ahead right here at noon, firefighters battling the flames at an apartment building.
Yeah, why a scooter is to blame for the fire that led to an evacuation of more than a dozen residents. And new video after a driver crashes into an outdoor dining area, injuring several people.
Plus, a break in the case after shots were fired at a Tri-Rail station. That suspect is now in custody.
Broward County awards the Medal of Valor to a man for preventing an attempted kidnapping. I'm Syra Anwar. I've got the details.
At Morningstar's, 5% loans on diamonds, watches, and jewelry with no hidden charges. At Morningstar's Jewelers and Pawnbrokers, nobody beats our loans.
Crank it up for the rock and roll event of the year. The Queen
Family.
Sing along. Your favorite superstars perform Queen's biggest hits.
Singing Queen with a Queen, you can't beat that.
Darren Criss hosts an epic celebration of the legendary rock band.
So you think you can stop me and spit in my eye?
The Queen Family Sing-Along tonight.
Watch it!
On ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
Focusing on you. Innovations in modern medicine from your team of experts at UHealth, the University of Miami Health System.
Alina Shu was sidelined when a knee condition made it harder to walk.
Zero quality of life. I lived in fear of every step.
After having traditional knee replacement surgery 2 years ago, Alina needed her left knee replaced. She went to see UHealth orthopedic surgeon Dr. Victor Hernandez, who's using a new device called the Track Patch to monitor patients' progress post-surgery right from home.
The Track Patch is a wearable device, so it's able to record via Bluetooth to your iPhone things like steps, range of motion, and motion after surgery.
Patients place the surface sensors on the side of their knee, follow the exercises on the app, and the data is sent in real time to their doctor.
I was able to track these patients and see how they were performing. They can send me wound pictures, they can send me if the leg is swelling.
UHealth is one of 2 centers nationwide conducting a clinical trial using the track patch versus standard physical therapy. So far, patients using the device have cut their recovery time from 3 months to just 4 to 6 weeks. Alina credits Dr. Hernandez and the entire UHealth team for getting her back on her feet fast.
They're a teaching hospital, so they're always on the edge of technology.
With so many Medicare options out there, choosing a plan can be overwhelming.
It is, but Simply Healthcare can give you all the coverage that you need and more.
It's a win-win.
Enroll in Simply Healthcare today and you can receive benefits such as prescription drug coverage, enhanced dental including implants, crowns, and now bridges, and Part B give back, and more.
Take care of your health.
And maximize your benefits.
It's simple with Simply Healthcare.
Really simple. Act now. Choose Simply Healthcare. Call today to enroll.
Right now at noon, a fire breaking out at an apartment building on Miami Beach overnight.
Investigators say a charging scooter is to blame. Local 10 News reporter Parker Branson is live on the scene.
And he actually spoke with residents who were forced to evacuate. Is everybody able to go back into their homes?
Christy, good afternoon. I can tell you some of those people are able to return to their unit, but according to the man that lives in the apartment unit where this fire started, he says he plugged in his electrical scooter, he left, and it didn't take long before it caught fire. People rushing over to bust out a window of a burning apartment unit in Miami Beach. The fire sparking at the St. George complex on 6th Street, just off Washington Avenue.
I left my scooter inside.
Ilhan Korkmaz lives in the unit that caught fire. He says about 1 a.m. he plugged his scooter in to charge it. 2 hours later, he got a call.
They called me, your house is, there is a fire.
Just inside the door of the unit, you can see what is left of the scooter.
The door opened, smoke everywhere.
Ilhan's neighbor, Lauren DeVico, was rushing to get out in fear her unit might catch fire too.
Grabbed my cat, put her in the case, and ran downstairs.
Thankfully, the fire was contained to just one unit. That one unit, though, is gutted.
It looked pretty bad in there, so luckily everyone's okay.
Right now, restoration crews are boarding up some of the exterior of the St. George that was damaged. I can tell you the man that lives inside this apartment unit, he is getting help from the Red Cross, and the cause of this fire is still under investigation. We're live in Miami Beach. I'm Parker Branton, Local 10 News.
All right, a portion of Hallandale Beach is under a boil water notice right now, impacting people who live in the Golden Isles near South Ocean Boulevard. Wednesday night, a water main broke on Holiday Drive. The city advising residents in that area to boil water for at least 1 minute before it is consumed. The city also says some residents might experience an outage as staff works to repair that break. An historic loan going to the Miami-Dade Water and Sewer Department. Mayor Daniela Levine Cava making that announcement today. The county getting a big boost as part of something called the Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act.
The current $424 million WIFIA loan will finance nearly half of the latest $866 million facility improvements, create over 200 direct local jobs for our community, and save water and sewer ratepayers $88 million for the life of the loan.
The money will go towards keeping Biscayne Bay clean. It also allows plant upgrades that will discontinue the ocean outfall pipes to dispose of treated wastewater.
All right, as we switch gears to talk about the weather, it is Thursday and the weekend is upon us, but we got to get through a little bit of some wet weather.
Yeah, some storms before we enjoy our beautiful weekend.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of like it. I'd rather get the storms out of the way now.
Yeah.
And then we can enjoy a nicer weekend. Lower humidity, drier weather. Yeah, it's going to be a little rough until we get there, though, especially with the storms coming tomorrow. These aren't too bad on radar now. They're fairly small. Not a lot of lightning out of it, but you can see some darker clouds moving out of Miami Springs. Hialeah's next in line for that little shower. A few more up here in Broward, moving out of Hollywood and Dania Beach. We have some in Davie, too. Pompano Beach, that one's fizzling out on top of you. The bigger stuff staying offshore Boca Raton, and that's where most of it will stay for now. We do have a little bit of heating going on, especially in southern Miami-Dade. You're a few degrees warmer there. Some places around Homestead in the middle 80s. Wouldn't be surprised to get some showers and thunderstorms popping up from that heating that is surging to the northwest. And our model shows that well. Here we are at 5 o'clock. A few more pop-up storms. Nothing too terrible, though. Late tonight, it does start to become a little bit more widespread. And to tomorrow morning, it's going to be a wet commute. It could be a little rough in spots, just in terms of all these wet roadways. Lots of water down on some of those. That was round one that likely comes through in the morning. This is the next round that comes through tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. It's already pushing in. One or two of these storms could be strong or even severe. We do have some ingredients in place. Not all ingredients, but at least some. Just enough for maybe one or two isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. It's a typical setup where we normally have some strong thunderstorms with the low developing out of the Gulf, pushes across central Florida and drags that cold front through South Florida. That'll leave us with that drier air that kind of gets swung around on the back side of it. So that's why we're going to dry out a little bit this weekend. We just got to get through the storms tomorrow first. The main threats with these being some damaging wind gusts. We may have to watch for some funnel clouds or water spouts with some of these too. The winds are going to pick up, typical with these strong cold fronts that move through this time of the year. Not too bad tomorrow, seeing some gusts up to 20 miles per hour outside of thunderstorms. We'll just have to watch out for the wind gusts within those thunderstorms tomorrow. But on Saturday, it doesn't matter. We're not going to have any storms or rain around. It's just going to be downright windy, seeing those gusts more than 30 miles per hour, especially if you're right there along the coast. So we'll have to watch out for some pretty gusty conditions this weekend, but that's okay. That's what's ushering in the lower humidity that we're going to get to enjoy by the end of the weekend on Sunday. Highs staying into the 70s. Hey, not too bad. 10% chance of rain. I wouldn't worry about it. It's just for a stray sprinkle or two for some of us. Many of us won't see rain at all. Also want to give you a heads up. King tides. We're kind of at the highest king tides we've seen so far this season. We already had our first high tide earlier this morning. Next one in Miami Harbor will be close to 9 p.m. tonight. So watch where you park your car in those low-lying spots along the coast. It's also going to be another fairly high tide. There's this weekend into early next week. Also looks great. Look at that stretch all the way into the middle of next week. It's a nice little break from the rain. I like it.
I love it. All right, ahead right here at noon. The very latest after that driver crashed into an outdoor dining area.
The new video, an update on a woman seriously injured in the crash.
An arrest after a shooting this week outside of a strip club. The two suspects who are now facing charges.
Plus, a special honor today for a man who saved a woman during an attempted kidnapping that was all caught on camera.
Coming up on GMA3, the 2021 UN Climate Change Conference is underway, and one of the organization's highest-ranking officials is telling us what more needs to be done to fight the crisis. Also, they're building the first stadium designed specifically for women's soccer. The co-owners of the Kansas City national women's soccer team sharing details about their groundbreaking new project. Also, this August, she fled the Taliban. This weekend, she's running the New York City Marathon. We're talking to the athlete using her skills to honor and support the women of Afghanistan. And Dominican singing sensation Natty Natasha telling us all about her new reality series, Everybody Loves Natty. All coming up on GMA3.
Stanger Green and Finer got Letitia $650,000. No wonder she's saying, I love my attorney.
We love helping people get the money they deserve. That's why we want all our clients to say, I love my attorney.
800-561-1111. Leon Health, your new Medicare Advantage plan, offers zero copay on comprehensive dental care, including implants, crowns, and more. For more information, call Leon Health today, 305-541-LEON.
We want South Florida kids and families to go to bed healthy, not hungry. As part of our Food for Thought campaign in September, Local 10 and Publix provided essentials for expectant moms, planted vegetable gardens, and distributed food to families in need. Thank you to all the nonprofit workers and volunteers who roll up their sleeves daily to fight hunger in our community. To join the fight, visit local10.com. Food for Thought is sponsored by Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
We are Pet Supermarket. We're by your side to lend a hand or a paw for all the fun stuff and the not so fun stuff. Wing and Wing, we're in it with you with all the brands you know and trust. So come in, be heard. We speak pet. Shop Pet Supermarket for great deals on Stella and Chewy premium dog and cat food.
Beaches Resorts has always been a place where families can feel like families again. Whether it's 3 generations walking down a perfect beach, experiencing new adventures together for the first time, or enjoying a gourmet family dinner with a view you'll never forget, Beaches is filled with wide open spaces to help your family feel safe while enjoying paradise. Book with confidence, knowing you're protected with the Beaches Vacation Assurance Program. Call 1-800-BEACHES.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to
go ahead and smile.
Leon Health, your new Medicare Advantage plan, offers up to $1,200 for covered over-the-counter products. For more information, call Leon Health today, 305-541-LEON.
Steiner, Green & Finer has won big for their clients.
$475,000. $1 million and more.
I love my attorney. Don't settle for the minimum. Let us fight for a settlement that you'll love.
800-561-1111.
We're seeing some brand new video showing the moments right after a driver slammed into diners outside of a Hollywood restaurant. That crash leaving 4 people injured on Tuesday night. Witnesses say the driver was coming down an alleyway and made a right turn into oncoming traffic. That driver then jumped a curb, hit a table, hit those diners on the sidewalk. It happened along Harrison Street and South 20th Avenue. Local 10 spoke to one of the diners who got hit. She says her friend is now in a medically induced coma and has already lost both of her legs because of the crash.
That girl needs to be arrested. Have to. My friend, she don't even know. She don't even know that she lost her legs. She don't even move. I thought she was die.
How awful. Now, we learned that restaurant, the Bang Shack, reportedly didn't have a permit for that outdoor dining. The city tells us the owner had applied for it and paid for the permit, but it had not yet been approved. The owners say otherwise. So far, no charges have been filed.
An arrest has been made following a strip club shooting in Northwest Miami-Dade. Jeffrey Casas is facing charges of aggravated assault with a firearm. Police say Casas, Yamal Lima, and another man got into an argument with a separate group of men as they were leaving the club. Lima reportedly started shooting at the victims, who then started shooting back. Lima was hurt, so Casas picked up the gun and continued shooting. It happened early Wednesday at the Booby Trap along Northwest South River Drive. Only Lima was hit by bullets in the altercation. He remains in police custody at the hospital. Deputies have arrested a man accused of shooting at security guards at a Tri-Rail garage in Pompano Beach. Benjamin Moore is facing several charges, including attempted felony murder and trespassing. The station was locked down as deputies searched for a shooter on Tuesday. We're told authorities are familiar with Moore and that he's been arrested before. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
New for you at noon, a special honor today for a Good Samaritan.
He received the Medal of Valor after saving a woman during an attempted kidnapping in Fort Lauderdale. Local 10 Syra Onwar is live to tell us about the recognition from Broward County Commissioners. Syra.
And we actually spoke to that Good Samaritan just after he got that honor. He was extremely humble. He said he did what anyone would have done, and he was just in the right place at the right time.
I would ask Edwin Zamora to come forward to the center there.
A special Medal of Valor presented at today's Broward County Commission meeting to Edwin Zamora.
I guess I was in the right place in the right time.
The county mayor playing out the scary scene and Zamora's act of heroism before the commission, asking the question, what would you do if you saw someone being attacked?
For Good Samaritan Edwin Zamora, the question was easy.
Edwin Zamora was waiting in his truck for his work schedule to start when he heard a woman screaming for help from an alley near East Las Olas Boulevard. Security video shows the woman walking down an alley alone early in the morning when she was attacked by a stranger. The man slams her down and tries to drag her. Without knowing if the man was armed, Zamora grabbed a steel pipe from his truck and ran to the rescue. Zamora scared off the woman's attacker, called police, and waited until an ambulance arrived. We spoke with Zamora a month ago about the attack and his quick thinking to intervene.
He was happy and crying to say that thank you.
Today, the father of 3 says he doesn't see himself as a hero, just as a guy who did the right thing.
When you have family, you got kids, you have daughters, wife, so you think about them too. I think everybody should be doing the same thing, helping another person. That's the way I feel.
And our Good Samaritan was also honored with a proclamation designating today as Edwin Zamora Day. That is the very latest live in Fort Lauderdale. Syra Anwar, Local 10 News.
You did think quickly and acted quickly. Thank goodness for that. Thanks, Sarah. And the deadline has been set for workers to get vaccinated.
Yeah, we'll have new reaction on air and online for the new vaccine mandate rules announced by the Biden administration today. The impact of the pandemic, what schools are doing to help students dealing with mental health issues and these tough times.
And targeting unruly passengers, the new PSA released by the FAA to crack down on people who get violent on flights.
Closed captioning in Espanol is sponsored by 1-800-411-PAIN. Accident? After 911, call 411. 1-800-411-PAIN.
Car accident? Call 1-800-411-PAIN. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From home, hospital, or accident scene. Car accident? Remember, after 911, call 411. 1-800-411-PAIN. Non-employee spokesperson.
Attention to all Medicare beneficiaries. I'm Dr. Anthony Dela Cruz, and I'm proud to be part of Clinical Care Medical Centers, where we have more than 80 primary care doctors focused on preventative medicine. In our 25 medical centers, we offer multiple specialties in addition to telemedicine, courtesy transportation, and regenerative treatments for arthritis and pain, such as PRP, and much more. Have you been told that you have to learn to live with arthritis pain? Incorrect. Our arthritis management team has spent more than 30 years searching for alternative treatments to relieve arthritis. Do you need a primary doctor, or do you suffer from arthritis and pain? We are the best option for a second opinion. Call now for a complimentary evaluation, and one of our representatives will assist you. Clinical Care Medical Centers. We make the difference.
Here's to the hottest styles, amazing prices, and just having fun. Here's to the Rooms to Go holiday sale. And knowing if you need amazing furniture at an incredible price, it's all in one place, ready for fast delivery, online or in store. There's never been a better time to see what's possible. It's the Rooms to Go holiday sale, celebrating great style and savings.
Did you know that the professionals at Solis Health Plans ran the biggest mental health network in the nation? And now Solis Health Plans has programs addressing COVID-related mental health issues. Solis also offers Papa Health Services, where Solis provides a companion to just talk to, help you fill out paperwork, or even learn to use new technology. You decide. Join today, 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans, because mental health is a part of total health.
Car accident? Call 1-800-411-PAIN. The best time to call 411-PAIN is from the accident scene. Car accident? Remember, after 911, call 411. 1-800-411-PAIN. Non-employee spokesperson.
Join me, Hunter Frankie, this week on SoFlo Health to learn how to properly do some common exercises, where to get some healthy, tasty food, and how the changes in the seasons affect your health.
SoFlo Health, Sunday afternoon at 12:30 on the one and only Local 10.
Good news in the search for a boater who vanished after leaving the Florida Keys. The Coast Guard reporting today that it found 52-year-old Ward Stodil safely anchored in the Bahamas. He had left Boat Key last Thursday in his 30-foot sailboat headed for Bimini. We're told he was found near Exuma and is in good condition.
And the stress of the pandemic continues to impact students as well as teachers. A growing number of schools across the country are now recognizing that by adding self-care days to the calendar. The purpose is to prioritize mental health. From Colorado to Missouri, more and more school districts are joining in. Experts say it's important to take a pause every now and then.
Embracing mental health days by schools helps normalize the conversation around mental health. So while not everybody has a mental health condition, everybody does have mental health and deserves to take care of themselves.
Experts encourage parents to talk to kids about the problems they may be dealing with, opening up a conversation and destigmatizing mental health. It could lead to more people willing to reach out for help.
The FAA has released a PSA targeting unruly passengers. The video outlines an actual fine sent to an unruly passenger and says, "You don't want this letter." It comes as airline unions continue to pressure the government to get tougher on violence on commercial flights. Of the more than 5,000 complaints the FAA received this year, only 37 have been sent to the Justice Department for prosecution. A major health revelation from a zoo founder who gained fame from the documentary Tiger King.
The aggressive cancer Joe Exotic is now battling while in prison. We have that coming up.
Lady Gaga opening up about her role in House of Gucci, how method acting impacted her normal life.
Here's what's airing on Local 10 tonight. And here's what's on MeTV. And now we'll look at heroes and icons. Then catch up on the day with Local 10 News at 11. Local 10's primetime lineup is sponsored by Conviva Care Center. Primary care for seniors committed to aging well.
If you've been injured in a crash, Pass and Levine wants to help you. Don't fall for those shady clinics and scammers that offer you cash for your crash. That's illegal. Call the attorneys at Pass and Levine. Remember, Pass and Levine for your crash. Call 1-800-24-7-CRASH.
Floridians are fighting back.
We are coming together to do our part.
Getting a vaccine can not only protect you,
but your loved ones too.
It's easy. It's safe.
It's effective.
It doesn't matter where you live
or what you do for a living.
If you're eligible to receive the vaccine,
there's a vaccine available for you.
As we get back to normal,
let's do this together.
And we could be together, baby, as long as skies are blue. You act so innocent now, but you act so soon. When I met you in the summer.
Cruise from Miami or Port Canaveral and discover Ocean Key, our new exclusive private island. Enjoy flexible booking changes and free balcony upgrades. MSC Cruises, a world of discovery.
Hi, I'm Joe Montana. When you get to be 65, you have little patience for nonsense and inefficiency. You know what works, and you become a pro at pretty much everything. That's why when I qualified for Medicare, I went with WellCare. With no cost or low monthly premium plans and no primary care or prescription copays, they're pros at helping you keep more money in your pocket. Other benefits include an over-the-counter allowance for items like toothpaste, cold remedies, mouthwash, a flex card to pay for extra dental, vision, and hearing expenses. Even give-back plans that send money directly to your Social Security check. WellCare gets it. They get rid of all the hassles and give us the great benefits that we want.
Don't wait. Be like Joe the Pro and make the right call. Dial the number on your screen now to request a free WellCare guide today. WellCare. It's Medicare done well.
It's Bear's amazing 4-day sale. Get 50% off our huge in-stock selection of Natuzzi Editions genuine leather. Like this plush Italian leather sofa, now only $16.48. Plus, get ready for holiday entertaining with your choice of these dining rooms, now 50% off. And take 10% off Tommy Bahama Home, our top-selling line. Thousands of in-stock items ready for immediate delivery through Sunday only at Bear's Furniture. Live beautifully.
We get it. If you've been injured in a car accident or slip and fall, you need help and we want to help you. At Pass and Levine, we have a team of attorneys ready to fight those stingy insurance companies. Car accident, slip and fall, our team is always here to take your call. Call Pass and Levine now at 1-800-24-7-CRASH.
At least 3 women are dead, 2 others hurt after what police believe to be a domestic mass shooting in Virginia. Police say the gunman shot 1 woman and then left. When 4 other women came to that victim's aid, the shooter came back and fired at them as well. Both that first shooting victim and 2 others who tried to help her died. The suspect has been taken into custody, but no other details are being released yet. There is some new and alarming allegations right now about the film set shooting involving Alec Baldwin. The lawyer for the film's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez, claims the gun Baldwin fired may have been loaded with a live round on purpose.
We're afraid that could have been what happened here.
that somebody intended to sabotage this set with a live round intentionally placed in a box of dummies.
Investigators have not released any evidence to support that claim whatsoever. We're also hearing from another crew member. He says he resigned over safety concerns just the night before that shooting.
I think with Rust, it was a perfect storm. Specifically gun safety, a lack of rehearsals, a lack of, preparing the crew for what we were doing that day.
The film's producers deny those allegations from Mr. Looper. Authorities in New Mexico are still investigating, and we don't know if anyone will end up being charged.
New details in the deadly crash involving NFL player Henry Ruggs III. Police saying Ruggs was driving 156 miles an hour before slamming his Corvette into the back of an SUV in Las Vegas, killing the driver. The 22-year-old athlete faced a judge yesterday. He did not enter a plea. Police say Ruggs refused to take a sobriety test on scene, but prosecutors revealed Ruggs had a blood alcohol level of more than twice the legal limit. The Raiders organization cut Ruggs from the team just hours after that crash Tuesday.
And ahead right now at noon, Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, boy, is he under fire.
Yeah, the punishment he could face for possibly breaking COVID-19 protocols after he tested positive for the virus. Romance rumors heating up between Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson after the two spotted out on another date.
Isn't it time we thank our eyes for always putting in a full day's work or play, and for connecting us one generation to another? Thank your eyes by enrolling in a VSP Vision Plan. Learn how at VSP.com.
This holiday season, FHIA Remodeling is looking for homeowners who want to save big. That's right, you'll save big during our triple savings sale. Call right now and get 50% off a house full of windows or a new roofing system. Ask about zero down with financing up to 180 months and senior and military discounts. Plus, you'll get a $200 gift card with purchase. Don't wait, it's FHIA Remodeling's triple savings sale. Just call 888-828-FHIA. Call now and save big.
Did you know that Simply Healthcare has Medicare plans with
so many benefits like zero copay, doctor visits, enhanced dental, including implants and crowns, hospitalization, and telemedicine?
That's right. They also have
unlimited transportation, vision, hearing, a member rewards program, an allowance for over-the-counter items, and all of our plans include prescription drug coverage.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It's time to get more benefits with a plan you can trust. Act now. Choose Simply Healthcare. Call today to enroll.
I retired a few years ago. I have 3 kids and 5 grandkids. We missed that human connection of seeing each other face to face. And then it happened. And then I got COVID. I felt miserable. My best friend said, join a clinical trial. It took me 24 hours to start feeling better. It's great to be alive. You can take action too.
Find out how at combatcovid.hhs.gov.
Local 10's environmental advocate Louis Aguirre spreading awareness, taking action.
This campaign is about engaging all of us who call South Florida home to take care and protect our backyard. All of us should be eco-warriors.
They call this Beer Can Island. I wonder why.
This is not our planet to mess up. It doesn't belong to us. It's on loan from the next generation. Thank you, Sasha. And the generations after that. Look how beautiful our home is. Isn't it worth fighting for? Don't trash our treasure.
Wednesdays at 5:30 and 11 p.m. Sponsored by Vera Cadillac Buick GMC.
Welcome to Vera.
Vera friendly.
They're different.
Vera nice.
That's Vera affordable.
Come to Vera Buick GMC to see South Florida's largest inventory of new models. We never charge over MSRP, and our luxury customer service is unmatched. Vera Buick GMC Pembroke Pines, 4 miles north of Hard Rock Stadium.
Isn't it time we thank our eyes for showing us the way again, and for helping us see that what really matters can be right in front of us? Thank your eyes by enrolling in a VSP Vision Plan. Learn how at VSP.com.
Dolphins general manager Chris Grier getting pretty heated about talking about the team's attempts to trade for Deshaun Watson. Grier says as general manager, it's his job to look into every available player. He added that Watson is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But Grier also was set off by a claim by a lawyer representing the 22 women accusing Watson of inappropriate sexual behavior. That attorney hinted that the Dolphins may have been working behind the scenes to encourage Watson to settle those legal cases. Grier's denial was quite strong on that.
I think any suggestion that this organization would be dealing behind the scenes and trying to influence decisions is absolutely ridiculous and categorically false. So to say that we would be involved in that is just flat wrong. That pisses me off. I'm sorry.
So, as for quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, he is listed on the Dolphins' injury report as limited. He has a left finger injury and some sore ribs. Grier repeatedly said the Dolphins are happy to have Tua and are encouraged by his development. The Dolphins play the Houston Texans on Sunday. And NFL quarterback Rodgers could face suspension. The Packers player has tested positive for COVID-19 and will miss Sunday's game against the Kansas City Chiefs. But according to several reports, he could also be punished for violating the league's COVID protocols. Sources say he participated in indoor press conferences with no mask, that despite reports claiming he is not fully vaccinated. The earliest Rodgers could return to the field would be the following Saturday, one day before the Packers take on the Seahawks.
A grim diagnosis for a man who turned into a national sensation during the pandemic. Joseph Maldonado, better known as Joe Exotic, says he's been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. In a letter from prison, Maldonado says he is still waiting on other results and doesn't want anyone's pity. Maldonado is currently serving time for a murder-for-hire plot. His story was featured on the docuseries Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness last year. Lady Gaga says she tried out method acting while filming the upcoming movie House of Gucci. The pop star turned actress now revealing it caused her to lose touch with reality. In a new candid interview with British Vogue, Gaga says she never broke out of character during the nearly 2 years it took to film. She says socialite Patricia Reggiani, who arranged the murder of her ex-husband, fashion house head Maurizio Gucci. Not only did Gaga continue to speak with an Italian accent off camera, she told the magazine, quote, "It was nearly impossible for me to speak in the accent. I instantly had to dye my hair, and I started to live in a way whereby anything that I looked at, anything that I touched, I started to take notice of where and when I could see money." Well, Gaga says after the movie wrapped, she had, quote, some psychological difficulty getting back to her normal life. She says while on a walk in Italy, she began panicking in the middle of the street, thinking she was still on a movie set. Well, rumors are swirling that Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson are dating after the reality TV star hosted Saturday Night Live. The pair reportedly went out on 2 dates this week in New York City. Kardashian and Davidson were also spotted holding hands while on a roller coaster at a theme park in California during the Halloween weekend. However, source tells E! News that the two are keeping things casual and Kim is not looking to date anyone right now. Okay.
All right, take a look outside from our Fort Lauderdale Tower cam, where it's looking a little cloudy out there right now. We may have some storms moving in this afternoon. We will talk to Brandon when we come back.
If you're looking for our lowest prices on over 1,500 quality pre-owned vehicles, stop and get to Craig Zinn's pre-auction sales center. All makes, all models from $69.88. Preauctionsalescenter.com.
Hi, I'm Lori Jennings, and I'm honored to be working with the Leon family as we present Leon Health, the new Medicare Advantage plan. Leon Health offers zero copay on comprehensive dental care, zero copay for routine vision coverage, and up to $1,200 for OTC. Leon Health also gives you access to nationally recognized medical centers and hospitals. Experience the world of personal attention at Leon Health, your new Medicare Advantage plan. Call 305-541-LEON today.
Even if you're missing one or more or all of your teeth, you can still get a dazzling smile. Call Atlantic Florida Dental, Florida's leader in dental implants. For over 40 years, Atlantic Florida Dental's experienced Ivy League educated dentists and periodontists have improved the smiles of thousands of South Floridians. We offer very reasonable fees, Monday through Saturday hours, 0% 0% financing and state-of-the-art equipment. Call Atlantic Florida Dental today for a free consultation. 954-922-1947.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
Family cars from $69.88. Sports cars $79.88. SUVs $89.88. And trucks from $99.88 at Craig Zenn's pre-auction sales center on 441 just south of Sheridan Street.
Looking for incredible speed and a great value? Xfinity gives you both. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet. Plus, with Xfinity XFi, you get the amazing coverage, control, and protection you need. Call 1-800-800-4066 today. To learn more or get started with an amazing deal on Xfinity Internet for only $20 a month for 12 months. You'll get the best Wi-Fi for your home with fast speed to power all your devices. But that's not all. With XFi, you'll even get control of your home Wi-Fi network, see who's online, and even pause Wi-Fi to connected devices. Just call 1-800-800-4066. To get started with Xfinity Internet for just $20 a month for 12 months. And ask how to get XFi Advanced Security for free when you get the XFi Gateway. That's a $72 a year value. Get the speed you want and the value you want. All risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-800-4066. Xfinity. Simple, easy, awesome.
A couple in Nebraska has booked an unusual venue for their wedding ceremony.
Not a church, not a beach, but a hospital. Okay. And that's because the groom, Jonathan Johnson, right there, spent more than a month recovering from COVID-19. Johnson says his near-death experience was what really gave him that big push to exchange vows. He planned the whole surprise with the help of the hospital staff.
Completely blown back, and after that, I was an emotional ball because I just was so shocked, and I didn't think that was going to happen that soon, but I am so happy that it did. That way I can spend my forever with the man that I love.
Aw, that's so sweet. Nurses say they were more than happy to be helping with that impromptu wedding. And they were able to help pitch in with the bride's hair and makeup, even surprise the couple with their own wedding cake as well.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Nicely done.
All right, let's send things over to weather because we got a lot going on in terms of the forecast. Only a couple of isolated cells popping up right now with some heavy downpour, especially here in Broward. Heads up in Sunrise, you're next in line. We also have some down by Hialeah, I should say. There's Key West. Watch out. A couple of storms headed your way, too. Now, this is fairly isolated so far. We'll get a few more developing as we go into the afternoon. Some of these may be slow movers. And then watch overnight tonight. It definitely becomes a bit more widespread into tomorrow. Could get multiple rounds of thunderstorms. Some of those could be strong or severe. You'll want to stay tuned to the forecast on Friday. Things clear out just in time for the weekend, though. Saturday looks nice. Maybe a couple small showers in the morning. Then we dry out, and that's what, a 5-day stretch there of nice weather. And even though temperatures are in the low 80s, humidity looks perfect.
It'll be a perfect day for Janice's birthday. Yeah, yay! Birthday girl right here on the weekend. Woo! And that does it for right now. We thank you for watching. GMA3, what you need to know is next.
We'll see you right back here starting at 3. But remember, you can get the latest news all day long. Just check out our website, local10.com.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this?
Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call today.
The time is now to join Solis Health Plans because Solis has the benefits you're looking for, like $65 a month on a healthy foods